Hello everybody, if you didn't know, today's the balance patch for EpicSeven. I've saw in a little bit of a preview, but as you can see here, there's a Blood Moon Haste, Sage Balance is on, which doesn't make sense, and a couple other characters that may or may not need help. Let's get into it. So first and foremost, I'll be honest, I could not believe my eyes. I could not help myself from literally taking a look at what the Blood Moon Haste change was, and it looks crazy. It looks like now he's somewhat of he's like an aggressive healer, which he already was, but now it looks like he does a decent, or he has a way to do an additional hit that also heals your entire team. But in addition to this, now he also gives himself speed and effectiveness on death of the enemy. Like if there's a character that revives, I should say. Oh wait, no, it's not. Wait, now it's when an ally dies, he grants a barrier and immunity to all allies for 2 turns, and he grants blood aura to the caster. So I don't think he has anything to do with revivers now, which makes sense because like what this is stupid, right? Like why does it, you know what I mean? Like why you don't need to really affect anyone that revives, which is fine. But now it's when one of your allies dies, it's like the other way around. It's like kind of weird, but he has full defense pen now, I guess, for whatever reason. I don't think this is a skill. I'm pretty sure this is just his passive. But now it does give you the barrier and immunity like before. And the additional speed and effectiveness is nice because I'm assuming, alongside his S3 that we'll get to in a second, his S1 is supposed to dispel the target buff and then, you know, of course, also give you the extra attack to heal you. The skill 3, though, now says that it dispels all buffs from the enemy before attacking with the scythe. And when the enemy is defeated, it revives all dead allies before granting immortality for 1 turn. So it's kind of like Spirit Eye Celine. Now to be clear, it doesn't give you CR, so it's a little bit different than, you know, something like a, you know, whatever, like an APOC Ravi, but it's kind of similar to Destina, depending on how you do it. The other thing that's really crazy is that if you do have Blood Aura, it increases your damage by 100%, and it scales with your cast, or scales with the caster's max HP. Now, I don't know how much damage this is going to be, but presumably, if you have this buff, you have like 100% bonus damage. They also increase the damage that it does. This looks like a nuke. And when you, like, again, when you defeat an enemy, it revives all your dead allies while also giving them immortality. Okay, it doesn't look like this is a once per fight kind of thing either, so you can keep doing it as many times as you have skill 3s. This looks absolutely bonkers. I don't even know what to say about it, but wow, incredible. I'm speechless. The second thing that they did was Sage Ball, and now he has a 100% chance to sleep on his S2, which makes sense. I don't really know why they separated it to be 85 and 100. I do wonder if this is like going to be a trend that they do. Like maybe they'll, I don't know if they would do that, but maybe they'll give someone like Briar or Ran 100% Death Break. Maybe. And then finally we have, or continuing on, we have Ravi. And as for this, I'll be honest, some of this I have to read for myself and kind of process. So I'm going to read through and kind of give you my initial thoughts. Number one, I think that they're giving her a little bit more stat guaranteedness here with the, or I guess it's just additional stat that you gain here because you are always guaranteed to crit now in S1. If this is something to try and deal with someone like Senya, maybe this is somewhat of a Guild War tech that you can now run because now maybe Senya doesn't do anything to you. Formerly, Senya was kind of annoying because even if you are a fire character, there wasn't a guarantee for you to crit. Otherwise, let's continue. Starts the fight with 60 Fighting Spirit. So this is a boost from the 20 that you had originally. And it also increases attack proportional to the caster's max HP. We'll have to see what the scaling of this is. But interestingly enough, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this being added here, that after being attacked increases combat readiness, and after suffering a critical hit, dispels 1 buff from the caster. Dispelling can only be activated once per turn. She basically just has Crimson Seed, which I think this is actually one of her EEs, and they kind of just made it into her own, they just brought it into her kit. Her skill 3 now injures? Oh my god, she just needs no crit now. Yeah, as far as I can tell now, she just doesn't need crit. I think Ravi's kind of back. So she, not only does she injure, she also just doesn't need crit. So now she's going to be like, you know, something crazy like, you know, like 300 crit damage. She's going to be like Lone Crescent Bologna is what I imagine she's going to be. And people are definitely going to use her into stuff like Laya, right? especially now because you are guaranteed to crit. You have more health. You also injure. This is a great pick here. Like you can't really pick like this is going to be like really good, especially if you're trying to deal with slower compositions. I haven't actually played the Ravi versus like Abyssal Yufian or Navy Captain Landy matchup, but you do stun. And again, I don't think Ravi is the sort of character that you can really one-shot, right? Which is really crazy. So that means that you just get to stun and you just get to do a bunch of damage. Absolutely bonkers. And it says it looks like you're all of this is just damage increases, by the way. It's not like, I guess they decrease the amount that you heal here, but like that's whatever because you're already getting a load of increased stat anyways. But I think the fact that you also have Crimson Seed is really ridiculous. But I guess now they have to change these. Yeah. So they changed the equivalent, the exclusive equipments. I think this is probably going to be a Sigurd Scythe and or maybe even a Shaltir or a Golden Rose type hero now. Where now instead of, I guess, like being on lifesteal, you just have Golden Rose or Sigurd, something like that, and then you use maybe Slaughter so that you heal more. Looks pretty good to me, though. I think that's absolutely bonkers. Ravi looks like she could be really good, especially for slower players. I mean, she's got injury, which is kind of a prerequisite to even work right now in slow play. Because even a character like Emil Shu, like although she gives speed buff, you really do enjoy the fact that she has so much damage and injury popping. Kane was buffed. Now he gets... Oh, they removed his bleed. Oh, no, they changed it. So now attack... So Hammer Time is his S1. Attacks and increases the cap... Oh, man! Wait, they did this buff to him after Rift came out? So they just gave him... Wait, so they removed his ability to dispel one debuff from the caster and now just made it so he gives himself combat readiness push, but also increased how much damage his S1 does? Or like the extra proc in the S1? And then his skill 3 says, at the start of battle, gain 50 fighting spirit. After an ally attacks, if the target has a debuff, gain... What? Wait, the conditions for activating Rage on the Force Awakening skill would be changed from attacking bleeding enemies to enemies with debuffs. Okay. But... Am I crazy? They just gave him less fighting spirit. So doesn't that mean it's like even harder for him to use his skill 3? Isn't that kind of bad? I guess it depends how much damage this does. I do like the combat readiness push. It just feels weird that they didn't give him like back his fighting spirit, or they kept his fighting spirit. Bologna just got increased damage. Okay, honestly, this doesn't really do anything. I guess this is fine for if you're doing stuff like Abyss. Bologna is obviously getting buffed in my opinion, or would be getting buffed in my opinion for some new PvE that's coming out. Otherwise, this is absolutely ridiculous. I don't actually know what the point of Bologna is. I guess she does a little bit better for Banshee one-shot, but in all honesty, like it's just better, I think, in 99.99% of cases to use someone like Free Spirit Tieria. Kind of a whatever buff. Decrease the cooldown of Butterfly Fan. That's her. Oh, so now she has more opportunities to S2, but I don't think her S2 does that much damage. I mean, okay, I guess if she is no, but the thing is, I would have wanted to see them increase the damage on her S1. This looks a little bit kind of because this is dependent on you hitting, right? I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Bologna in general because RGBs that are meant for PvE never really sit well with me unless if they're really broken. I'm going to skip from this. Celine now, oh my god. Celine has stealth. And every time that she S1s, she has stealth. Oh my god. I want to say that this would be really good. Of course, this buff. Oh wait, look at the EE. All right, so now she stuns and she does a lot of damage and also has stealth. I don't know why I mean, this is just going to be the one that people used, right? Like the stun blink. I mean, even if you don't do the stun, damage, stealth increased, and also giving yourself stealth is really, really insane. Like, what? I mean, even if this is anti-Cannaaaa. Oh my god, this is anti-Cannaaaa. Oh, but the stun isn't guaranteed. Oh, so it's random. Wait. I mean, okay. In any case, the damage increase, giving them... Wow, this is 30% CR now? Holy moly, dude. They just gave her a bunch of things for... Huh. Interesting. And now last piece, Karen... Wait, last piece, Karen pushes back on her S... 30% is a really, really big pushback, by the way. Becomes one with the sword, increasing attack and phantom to the caster for 3 turns. When attacking, if the target is a hero, ignores damage reduction and damage sharing. Oh my god. Oh my god. She goes through adamant. Wow. Wow. Goodbye, Eins Ugaun. Goodbye, Eins. Nice try, guy. Wow. Huh. They just buffed the damage of it. They also reduced the turn cooldown of this. Wow, it looks like you're going to be able to do it way more often. Holy moly. Okay, I think, to summarize, Celine buff, really good. I like it. I don't know if it'll make her super, super insane, but I think Blink could be kind of funny. Bologna buff is kind of whatever. I think LPK's buff is knife just because it just makes her more... It just feels like she has more... She just has more time to do... more damage, and she also pushes back. Okay, now that's the last character. Let's see what the Alexis Basket's There is a 35 to 70% chance to increase attack for 1 turn and a 20 to 40% chance. Just make Alexis Basket give attack buff. Why? Why would you... Like, why would you... Okay. There's like no way that you're 70% and 40% and you don't at least get an attack buff, right? There's no way, right? There's absolutely no way. It does look like worse Benimaru's Tachi. Not bad though, not bad. I mean, of course, what they had before was kind of less usable, but honestly, there are a lot of people that were using Alexis Basket for the critical hit chance on their Rans. That being said, it was kind of niche. I do think 70% chance for attack buff, and I guess the Gab is okay, 70 and 40, but and then Abyssal Crown now has a 30% chance to stun. Of course, because why not? Why not? All right, well, in any case, guys, it is what it is. The balance patch, I would say this is a extremely needed patch for a lot of these characters. Kane, Bologna, I guess, like, was nice getting a bit of a touch up. I think that Ravi and Ravi and ML Haste are eating good, guys. From what I could tell, these look like really interesting changes at the very minimum. They do seek to or kind of address things. So yeah, an insane patch. Wow. I'm speechless. They really cooked this patch. I think this is an 8 or 9 out of 10 patch. I will say though that again, we didn't get a buff to any of the collab characters, so I think it is kind of an L for those of you at the lower end of play that do want to try and make him or make Albedo, Ainz, etc., all these characters work. I have heard from other people that they are working a bit more successfully up in the higher ranks. I personally haven't seen too much of it, but just speaking off of that, if other people have seen or found it to work, then it is what it is. But I think no matter what, I would have at least wanted to see a tiny bit of a buff to the playability or the usability of these characters. Anyways, though, guys, that's my initial thoughts on the balance patch. Wow. For the characters that they touched, all I gotta say is wow. I'm speechless. Anyways, thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure to check out the rest of my socials. I am still streaming on Twitch and YouTube for my subathon. Come join if you haven't seen it already. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Good night. Goodbye. Oh, yeah, by the way, we're trying to hit 1,200 subs. Thank you. Bye-bye.